Humans, what's up? I'm Brianne Williamson, and if you're watching this, you're watching the very first episode of my new series, I Heard She's a Lesbian.
She's the one I'm thinking of. Hey, the only one I'm thinking of. Hey, she's everything I'm dreaming of. Hey, the one that I can live without.
Before we delve into more specific topics in the oncoming episodes, which by the way, I would love if you left any ideas for topics in the comments below. I'm gonna be reading and checking all of those. Before we do that, I thought it'd be fun to get an overview of assumptions about lesbians that people that follow me on Instagram have. So I don't know if these assumptions are from lesbians themselves, from other members of the LGBTQ plus community, from people that follow me that identify as heterosexual, but I asked you all for assumptions or assumptions that you've heard about lesbians. And I am going to be reading those, discussing them, giving my opinion on them. And just to make it fun and to celebrate the first episode of I Heard She's a Lesbian, I'm going to pop this cute as hell mini bottle of Moet champagne that has my name on it. How adorable. And every time that I think that one of the assumptions is not correct per se, because it's never gonna be the case for everyone, but in my experience as a lesbian is correct, then I'm gonna drink. Popping bottles for a new series. So cheers B team to the start of a new series, I Heard She's a Lesbian. Okay. Why does this always look so much cooler in the movies? ASMR. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Cheers. We got a lot, and I mean a lot of responses. So I'm excited to know that you all are interested in talking about this sort of stuff. That's a good start. So obviously there are a lot of repeats because I think there are a lot of fairly common lesbian stereotypes. One of which is that basically we are attracted to or like every single girl. And this is one that I will not drink to. I've had this in my life, especially when it comes to heterosexual males and the person they're seeing or their girlfriend. They think that because I'm a lesbian that I want their girlfriend, whether it's a jealous thing or they're like turned on about it and they think that it's gonna be some sort of porny situation that I'll make out with their girlfriend. Yeah, that's not how it works. It's so funny because so many of these assumptions are just so ridiculous if you think about them in the simplest way. There's no way a heterosexual person would say that by being heterosexual, they are attracted to every single person or want to sleep with every single person of the opposite gender. So why would that be true as soon as you're gay? Another thing I've gotten in regards to this is the assumption that just because someone else is a lesbian means that either I want to date them or I want to be their best friend. And this happens a lot with heterosexual people that think that they need to make play dates for their LGBTQ plus friends. Oh, Brie, I have a lesbian friend. You should be her friend. And I don't mind it when it comes to like, oh, that person wants more LGBTQ plus people in the community to hang out with. No. They just mean it like, you're a lesbian and they're a lesbian, so naturally you'd get along. And that's not how it works. Or when I was single, people always tried to set me up with every other person that they knew that was also into women, as if it was an automatic match that there was another single human being that was into women. Well, Brie, I have this bi friend and she's ready to date someone, and so are you, so get married. That they are man-hating. We got a few of these too. I think this comes with a weird correlation that lesbians tend to be outspoken feminists and the archaic mindset that if you are a feminist, it means that you hate men. And wow, is that true? No, that's not true. In fact, most of my best friends are cis heterosexual males. They happen to just not be homophobic and sexist and assholes. So while I disagree with a lot of misogynistic men that are living in a space of toxic masculinity and inequality towards other human beings, I do like a lot of guys. We use hats most of the time. This is not true, but it's also funny, and I'm gonna sip to it because my girlfriend Julia wears a hat almost every fucking day. So I feel like I'm kind of obligated to drink. Also, I'm holding this flute in the most lesbian way possible. Like, I'm gonna crush it with my butchy lesbian hands. Aren't you supposed to hold it like this? Like, that just seems like so much work. I don't wear hats. A lot of lesbians don't wear hats, but I do see where the assumption comes from. In fact, when I used to go to music festivals with friends, we used to have a game that was called, is she a lesbian or is she just wearing a snapback? So, hey, I kind of see that assumption. We U-haul it. This one was said so much. One specifically was from my good friend Heather, and she said in brackets, example A, you and Julia. So yeah, I do have to drink to that one because in my experience, Julia and I definitely U-hauled it, and I don't know if you want that story, but comment down below. That might be a fun topic for one of the upcoming episodes of I Heard She's a Lesbian. I could talk about my U-haul experience. I don't know what it is, but I feel like women tend to be more intuitive when it comes to connection and more emotionally open. I think that just comes from toxic masculinity being a thing that males feel like they can't be, so they shut that off as they're growing up. I don't think it's a genetic thing. I think that yeah, women are just allowed to be, so they connect easier and quicker than other human beings. So when you have two women that can be more emotionally open about how they're feeling and can connect deeper and quicker, I think that that happens. I don't know, that's just my perspective. I also just wanted to honestly snuggle and wake up with Julia every day as fast as humanly possible, so I made that happen. Another one is that we're all athletes. This is definitely not true to me, but I will say that I was very aware growing up that if I spent time around the athletic girls or went and watched women's sports games, there were bound to be more gay women present, and I was very excited about that. When it comes to me, I was so not athletic. I tried every sport and I was terrible at all of them. In fact, one teacher in PE in high school told me that they would give me a passing grade if I could simply do all of the techniques of volleyball once. Not even well, just like complete them. It was like part of the course. And I tried probably 100 times to serve the volleyball over the net and was not able to do it. So then I had to do extra hours of service around the school to get a passing grade in PE. So no, we're not all athletic. That scissoring is the only lesbian sex position. I can't. I'm just gonna say an overall no. We're not gonna delve too deep. This is only episode 1. So I'm recognizing a pattern in these assumptions and that a lot of them have to do with men, which is kind of hilarious to me because lesbians by nature have nothing to do with men. Does that make sense to everyone watching? Like, lesbian, the term lesbian is about two women being together. A woman wanting to be with another woman only. She's a lesbian. There's no men involved with her opinions or sexuality or who she is whatsoever. Yet a lot of assumptions seem to have to do with men, such as a male turned her gay, that she's trying to be a guy, that she's trying to look like a guy, that one person in the relationship has to be the guy, that she just hasn't found the right guy. I'm not here doing this because a guy screwed me over. I'm not here doing this because my Prince Charming hasn't shown up. I'm definitely not trying to be a guy, nor am I trying to date someone who is being a guy. We're both women, we're both lesbians. That's the fucking point. That lesbians are better in bed. I mean, cheers. All right, so let me just say, you humans went to town on answering these assumptions on my Instagram. Thank you so much. It honestly made me really excited about starting to film this new series because I felt like the amount of response that I got from that one question, because it was more than any other question I've ever asked on Instagram, validated the fact that I thought this is what you all wanted to see, and it matched what I want to do, which makes me super excited and passionate to create more. So I'm really excited for 2019 and this new series, I Heard She's a Lesbian. I hope you all liked the first episode. I cannot wait for you to see more as we delve into more specific topics. I'm gonna have guests on, we're gonna do collaborations, we're gonna do challenges, we're gonna talk about topics that other people just aren't talking about right now and I think are really important. So a cheers to all of you. Thank you for the ongoing support. Make sure to hit that thumbs up button if you like this video, if you're excited about the series. Comment down below, give me suggestions for topics in the future or people that you want to collaborate with. Don't forget to be active on my Instagram at Brienne Williamson so that you can be the next shout out on the next episode of I Heard She's a Lesbian. And as always, make sure to subscribe and join the B team. I love you humans so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.